Yay! This is Friday, August 19th. We're going to be talking about a couple different things. I don't think I did get to the tie game with you guys yesterday.
Yeah, you did.
I got through that?
Yeah.
Sweet. We can get that, a little bit of that. I wasn't sure how far I got with you. And then we'll talk about house points. So we're going to talk about how your speeches are going to go. Then maybe, if we get lucky, even get into our first ones of you guys getting a chance to stand up and talk and all kinds of good stuff. With the tie game. Then if I did cover this, let's see, questions that you guys should be able to answer because you're all kinds of smart. Let's see. How many guesses do you get per week?
3.
One. We'll play the you can all yell at me game for now. We'll see how irritated I get. There are 4 things you have to have on your guess. Let's go with Lydia. I'll pick on you first. Give me one of the 4 things. Works for me. Your full name first and last. Rachel, what's another thing on there besides your name?
Your guess.
Works for me. You also have to have your guess. So your full name, your guess. Andrew.
Your period.
And for everyone in here, what period is that?
Number 5.
Done. Excuse me. Sammy, there's one more thing you have to have. Your name, your period, the guess is.
Date.
Nicely done. The date. What day you are guessing on. Let's go with Liv. Where is it you are supposed to turn this guess in instead of giving it to me? Do you know where you're supposed to put it? Are you asking me? I need confidence. What kind of answer was that?
The desk.
More confidence.
The desk.
Liv, that's completely wrong. But at least you were confident and it was a step in the right direction. Jake?
Oh, it's the little box right there.
Which is on my desk. You were so close, Liv. There's a box on my desk. You put it into there. It has directions on it again to try and help you out. Let's see, from to that one to there. Who else? Kira! Thanks for volunteering by looking at me. Roughly how big should your paper be when you guess so I don't lose it?
Like, half of my note card or like a note card?
I would go with a note card instead of half. If you do half a note card, just make sure it's 2 of them and you'll be fine. That's a math joke.
I'm trying to learn English.
Okay. Colin. I did cover something and said it would never be an answer, so never use this as a type of answer. Do you know what it is?
What was the question?
There is. Welcome. I said there is a certain thing you can never put down as a guess for like your answer because I'll never use this type of thing as one of my themes. And if not, don't worry, I'll come back and pick on you.
Taste.
We'll come back and pick on you. Anthony.
Color.
Colors. You can never use the whites, the blacks, the reds, the greens, stuff like that. Colin, thanks for stepping up for the next one. I also said it's okay if you fold the paper as long as you put your guess somewhere on that paper. Where does your guess have to be?
On the paper.
You're getting closer. Because if you fold it and then you put your guess on the inside of it, I can't see it. So where should your guess be?
On the inside of it.
Which is like that. With the opposite of that would be.
Outside?
Nicely done. Way to pick up on opposites. I figured you'd play along with me there. Well done. So make sure it's going to be on the outside of it. Braxton.
Can you like fold it in half and stick it in there?
Absolutely. As long as you're tell them the right answer, Colin.
Answers on the outside?
There you go. So you can fold it in half as long as your answer. And that happens a lot of times if you use like a full sheet of paper. Fold it. Put your answer on the outside. I'm fine with that. Olivia. You may go walk over that. That's definitely fine with me. Ah, bright light, bright light. Looks like I'm a mogwai. Did we run through example week with you?
Yeah.
So we did this, and you guys got to see examples and come up with it?
Yeah.
Oh man, I like you guys more than I thought.
I forgot what.
Once again, how many guesses do you get per week?
1.
If you guess on Monday, how many points is it?
3.
4.
5.
No, it's 4.
Hang on. Let's
No,
find.
it's 4.
If it's not a competition, it's not fun. We'll do this. Raise your hand if you say 2 points.
Right?
Raise your hand if you say 3 points.
No.
Raise your hand if you say 4 points.
Yeah.
Raise your hand if you say you're all dumb. It's 5 points. And the answer is 4 points.
Yeah.
So instead of 4, then goes down to how many points on Tuesday?
3.
They should put math on my stuff. Wednesday is
2.
Thursday is
1.
And what was the theme for this?
Animals.
And the second week with you, we had to think outside the box. Did we get to this one?
Yeah.
No, we didn't.
Andrew's trying to manipulate me so you can step in there and be all smart. I can appreciate your attempt at manipulation.
It's words.
I stood on the letters and the words and stuff.
turn.
Words.
Ooh, and Andrew, when does our tie game begin?
Next week.
Nicely done. It begins next week.
How does it
And
start?
then we can pick on Rifa. Let's go with, there's one day of the week I will never wear ties, and that is?
Friday.
Here's your hint. I'm not wearing a tie. Alright, so we have, that's good. Next thing I have for you is this, which is what's called the House Point Competition. Up here is the Tri-Charger Cup. It is a trophy that gets passed from one team to the next at the end of each year between the Heroes, the Globetrotters, and the Stars. There's 3 teams here, Heroes, Globetrotters, Stars. And each team likes to think that they're the best. So we came up with an actual competition to find out which team is the best. And there is a trophy that goes from one team to the next. I keep the trophy when the Heroes team wins. Mr. Stump keeps the trophy when the Stars team wins, and Mr. Sturgeon keeps it when the Globetrotters win. When we win, I keep our trophy right here, which you'll notice is completely blank. There's no trophy there, because last year my kids were losers.
Yeah.
I don't mean that to be mean. They were awesome kids. I loved them, but they lost. So by definition, that makes them losers. Because we did not win last year. The Globetrotters won, who are our bitter enemies. This was a sad, sad day. I'm hoping next year when I introduce this, I'll be pointing up to it, and I will say, the kids I had now were winners. But if not, we'll start off next year and I'll have to refer to you guys as losers. Only you guys can control that. Mr. Brovicast, I don't want to be a loser. I don't want you to be a loser either. How do I become a winner? Well, the same way you win in any game. You score more points than the other team. This is the same way. You score points for us. How do you score points? By being a good kid. Essentially, we give you points for not being a bump-on-a-log child that does nothing in school. If you get involved in school, you gain us points. If you join a team, you get points. If you go out for football, cross-country, volleyball, track, basketball, wrestling, cheerleading, any team, you make the team, you get us points. We also have clubs here at school. We have like a running club, we have the cooking club, we have a chess club, we have the gardening club. Yeah, they make food, you get to eat it and everything. If you join any of those clubs, we get points. Anytime we have an event along the lines of like a hat day, if you participate in the hat day, or if we have a spirit wear day where you're supposed to wear FJH stuff, if you do, we get points for it. If we have fundraiser drives where it's like bring in hats for the homeless, and you bring in stuff, we get points for it. Everything you do that makes you participate in the school gets us points. Next Friday is our first big event where we have a chance to gain points. Do you guys know what happens next Friday after school that gives you a chance to gain points? Jax?
Dance thing?
Is correct, the dance thing. And so going to the dance gets us points. How will we know to get points? Because I go to it. I go to every dance. Because I like to boogie. Because I get to go there and do like my old person dancing. I'm like, I'm dancing.
Oh, there
You
goes
guys
the
are like, oh, that's scary stuff. You stab yourself in the eyes. But before that happens, I get to give you points. You show up, check in with me. We high five each other. It's all kinds of wonderful. So that'll be your first chance to get points. You go around it, you won't be on there. As long as you just get next to her desk, you're fine. Those of you who are on the football team or a cheerleader, you've already gained us points because those rosters are locked in. As far as like cross country, volleyball, I think volleyball's locked in. Cross country is still locking in. Tennis is still figuring it out. So as those teams come in, we'll start adding in those points. My goal is that Monday after we have the school dance, we will start updating points and figure out which team is in the lead so we know which team can do the most bragging. Colin?
Is DJ Carroll has the football team?
He's on the roster.
If he's on the roster, then he's on the team. I don't know if you need both arms. That's up to the football coaches. Well, go sweet talk them. Go to Mr. Gear, give him big puppy dog eyes. Blinky blinky. Also, to help you out, you might have seen this thing in the hallway for those of you who ever turn your head when you walk. It is on around the corner on the way to the Science in the Stars area. This is for house points, so we can figure out who is in the lead. In the middle of it, this is the Heroes team, Globetrotter team, Stars team, and then this was the ending of last year where our points were. Globetrotters finished with the lead, and then Heroes, and then we ended up beating the Stars. Thank goodness we weren't last. Over here, we do individual kids, and so you get your name up there. As you start scoring points, you get ranked, and this is the 7th grade area, and that's the 8th grade area. Over here is ways to score points. And so it tells you, we update it every week or two with the new things coming up that you can do to try and gain points. I will send out remind messages to you, letting you know what you can do to gain points. And so you hear me talk about house points, this is what we're going for, so that we can be winners and not be losers like the kids last year. Questions from there? Andrew?
You got a lot of points.
Yeah, I had a lot of, I told you, we had good kids last year. They just weren't good enough. Yeah?
On the dances, is there football practice?
No, because you have to go to the dance.
Yeah, you have to go to the dance.
We
We
do?
do?
Yeah.
If he's not told you yet, then yeah. If you're on a sports team, you have to go to the dance.
Alright.
It's required, because they don't have practice that day. So instead of practice, you get to go there and go boogie.
What,
Yes.
what day? This sounds.
Ooh. Does someone have, that's awesome. It's a band full of bones that are all like musicians and dancing and anything like that?
That's
Is that yours? No, let's put it right over there. Then, let's talk about you guys standing up and talking. Because it is time to say, here's how your presentations are going to go. Let's make this disappear because it's going to shine right in my eyes. When we go, I do let teams volunteer. Groups. Groups volunteer if you want to go. I take volunteer groups first, and then after that we'll go to the rest of the groups. If you volunteer, it only takes one person to volunteer the entire group. So in your group of 4 people, all it takes is one of you to go, our group is going, and the other 3 go, no, and I go, hey, one person volunteered the group, the whole group goes. But if you volunteer your group, you're the first one to go for your group. So you don't get to go, my group volunteers and I go last. No. If you volunteer your group, you're stepping up and talking first. Here's how the presentation will go. I understand we are 8 days into school, and many of you are freaked out about the idea of having to stand up and give a speech in front of the class.
No.
I understand completely if you are. If not, go you. So my goal is to ease you into this. My goal for this is not official speechy things. You're not even going to have to make eye contact yet. We'll save that for later. All you have to do is be able to stand in front of the room and not pass out. That's pretty tough. Yeah, I understand. You need to help cripple. All right, and we'll see you again on Monday. All right. Here's what's going to happen. If you are the person who is doing the talking, you are going to stand up on this pedestal. So it raises you up above everyone else, which makes you all kinds of special so people can see you. You will have your note card to read from. So you will stand here and read from your note card. Well, Mr. Broviak, that's scary. I'm on a pedestal and everyone's staring at me. They're not staring at you. The reason they're not staring at you is because they're staring at this kid who has to stand on the big chair, which puts them even higher in the air. This kid has to be holding on to the poster. This is the person you're talking about. Poster kid doesn't talk. Poster kid just smiles and holds the poster up and goes, poster this way, poster that way, poster this way. You just keep going back and forth. Just don't do this, because then we all end up getting sick and vomiting. Back and forth. Also, you may not hide behind your poster. As soon as you start they give the speech and you go, I don't want to look at you, I make you lower it back down so we can see your face. So this person's talking, but you're not busy looking at them. You're looking at this person who's just going, I just have to smile. Thank goodness I'm not doing the talking. And this person's going, thank goodness I'm not up there on that giant chair. So it breaks it down, so that way not all the attention's on one person. It splits it, and the person people are staring at isn't doing the talking, and the person who's doing the talking, it works out. While you're up here, don't be special, child. You can't do ollie kickflips with my chair. It's not gonna work. I've had kids who try, like, I gotta get you, I gotta put you. As soon as you start rocking, I'm gonna yell at you. Because I've had the kids who do the rocky back and forth, and all of a sudden the chair goes out, and they go, ah! And you can just see the teeth going right for the ground. Phew! Now we all get to take home a souvenir. So, yeah, it's all fun and games, so it happens in your class. You're like, I saw Jingle Tooth. So, don't go tippy-tippy. Or on this one, it's closer to the ground, but you can tippy-tippy, and I'll yell at you for that one too. When you begin your speech, you start with your name first, so we know who you are. And you'll go, I'm Joey Jojo. Then you're going to talk about this person. This is Bobby Bob Bob. So you say your name, then their name, then you say the things in common. Whoever the first person in your group to go says the things in common. That's the only person who has to say the things in common. I'm Joey Jojo. This is Bobby Bob Bob. Everyone in our group has awesome double names. and we were all born on the ocean, or whatever your things might be. Then you just go right into reading it. Well, here you have one side and the other side. Mr. Wozniak, what about the other people in the group? You're in luck. There's 3 X's over here. You'll be standing on my 3 X's. You have 2 jobs over here. 1 job, don't be distracting. Don't be this kid while the person's trying to talk, because congratulations, you're distracting and you win the prize of me being mad at you. The other thing you want to do is not be irritating. Don't be over here and then start bothering poor Andrew. I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you. Because then I'm going to give him permission to shank you in the leg with a sharpened pencil. It becomes a learning experience. Also, don't kick back and be this kid. Hey, you guys do it. Because that's also going to irritate me. Just stand, chill. You'll give your speech in just a moment. When you're done, we're going to clap for you because you didn't die. Hopefully, if you did die, we'll clap that you died well. The way it's going to work for the clapping is I teach you how to clap, because I hate sporadic, just I don't know how to clap. So instead, we make you like little wind-up monkeys. Wind up, clap, clap, clap. It makes me happy. So I will say a compliment like, hey, good job, you didn't die. I'll go 1, 2, 3, and we just clap 3 times. How does it go?
Is it time to go
Besides, that'd be 3 claps, it'd be the door.
Ooh, that's how we're gonna get the door?
Yeah, 3 claps is the door. Yeah, but no, but good try. So let's practice. I'll go, hey, good job, person who figured out how light switches work. 1, 2, 3. That's exactly what not to do. Let's try it again. Good job. I'm still talking. 1, 2, 3. Monday, we begin presentations. I need your poster.